So this was unit one
One.
introduction. Okay.
Ah.
इसमें descriptive कुछ होगा नहीं. I will share this PDF with you.
Mm.
Uh, means I have marked out something here, so
Mm.
that can help you.
Okay.
So IP address, domain name, यहाँ से कुछ भी descriptive बनने लायक नहीं है. Nothing is there.
Mm.
हाँ, here is one. What is DNS? What is a name server? And with this
Diagram.
diagram. Okay, means DNS is basically a domain name system. Whenever we write some website's name, na,
Mm.
basically everything in website, whenever you are trying to communicate, it depends on it
IP address.
resolved in some IP addresses. Okay,
Mm.
so just like that, google.com. Okay,
Mm.
this is a name, website name, because we can easily remember this website name.
Names.
But
Mm.
every
Rather than
website
number.
has an IP address behind it. Okay,
Mm.
so remembering an IP address is very tough. So that's why a suitable name has been given, and that is the name of your website.
Mm.
So whenever you type that website in a web browser, uh, a computer stores, in fact, map all domain name means this name, website name with
Mm.
their respective IP address.
IP address.
Okay, so that is been done by this DNS. That system is called domain name system. Okay, it will
Mm.
map the respective website name or domain name with its
With the
corresponding
IP address.
IP address. Now, Google.com have many IP addresses. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so depending on the location and other aspects, a particular IP address will be selected, and your browser will be communicating with that IP address directly. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why this DNS and name server, the purpose of this DNS and name server is just like that. So from here, he may give a question like that. Next, World Wide Web, nothing. Web server, you know what is web server? How web server works? I don't think how web server works. It, it will be given as descriptive. Mm, Next, you
Okay.
have
Mm.
HTML. You are well equipped with HTML, right?
Ah.
So next we may get something here. History of XHTML. No. अच्छा यहाँ पे here one thing may appear. What are the different components of a uh, XHTML element? A simple question. What are the different components of an XHTML element? तो जैसे यहाँ पे डायग्राम है कोई भी एक आप मतलब you pick any HTML element and show the different components. What is your opening tag, closing tag, and the bodies, etc. Maybe
Okay. Okay.
I
Mm.
didn't mark because these are quite simple. You can describe it at any time.
Mm.
Mm, XHTML structure, nothing. See here, comments, HTML comments. Okay,
Mm.
one marks we lost in CA3 in this way. Here's see
Okay.
how HTML comment is look like. This is the HTML comment. Okay.
Mm.
Now
Asterisk.
next, this one, this one. This is HTML comment. Okay, starting. But later you will also find they have provided a HTML comment like this. And both are true. Okay.
Okay.
You can use any of them as HTML
Mm-hmm.
comment, but mostly this is used.
Mm.
So there was a question I remember in your
Yes.
CA3.
HTML. Mm.
Frames is obsolete nowadays, but still they have included frames here.
Mm-hmm.
Frames. See, example of example demonstration of frames. Nothing is here.
Oh.
No. Okay, next forms. You can have a question from here. Forms. Okay.
Mm.
Describe the different parts of form tag. One question may given here.
Mm.
Describe the different parts of
Mm.
HTML form tag. That may given from here. Although they have not provided other means form syntax, they have not provided the form syntax here, na? What was the form syntax? HTML form syntax? You remember? It was just
Yes,
like
yes, I
that.
remember.
Form,
Mm.
form, action will be your equal to server page,
Mm.
server.php maybe, give that name. And the other one is your method. Method can be either
Get, get or
method can be
post.
either get or post.
Mm.
Say post. This is your form tag, and in between you can have some input text, etc.
Mm.
Input type equal to automatic लिख रहा है ये. Text name equal to name, like that. Okay.
Mm.
So this is basically the form structure. So they can ask you explain the different segments of HTML
Mm.
form tag.
Mm.
Fan বা এটা কিছু একটু ছাড়ো. Okay. So one descriptive may be given here. Acha. Next is your history of HTML again. Nothing. Here you see comments again, na? See the syntax of comment.
Mm. Ah.
Got it? So an ambiguous question was there in CA3. Yeah. How
Yes.
HTML comment,
That hyphen is
what is
missing out it is.
in the question, I think, as far I remember, it was also
Mm.
there and it was also there. Now
Yes.
select what you can select.
But both answers should be correct, na?
Yes, obviously.
When they have given two methods,
Hmm.
it is it means both are valid.
Both are valid. Image. So these are different HTML tags. It's very
Hmm.
basic things. Acha, here there is a program. Write a program to create the following nested links.
हम्म, ये
Okay.
नेस्टेड लिस्ट लिखना पता है.
हाँ. इसके जो रेस्पेक्टिव प्रोग्राम है मतलब द प्रोग्राम बिहाइंड इट दे में आस्क
हम्म,
then table, they may also ask you to design this kind of table.
ये भी हो सकता है, मैं आराम
Yeah,
से
you
लिख
have to,
लेती
yeah,
हूँ.
they have
हाँ.
given that program. Okay. Here is also a table structure.
हम्म,
So it is the respective program.
हम्म, ये मैं आराम से लिख सकती हूँ।
Form tag is repeating here.
हम्म,
Then it is better to learn something of input tag like
हम्म,
text box,
हाँ हाँ।
okay, checkbox,
चेकबॉक्स, रेडियो बटन एंड सिलेक्शन,
right?
ये
Because
पता
if
है मेरे
they
को,
see
ले
here,
दिया।
this example you may give, if they ask that question, okay, describe the different parts of HTML form tag, then for example you can give this thing. Action is equal to null means यहाँ पे you have to put the server page name, and
infinite,
method should be given as get or post. Okay, so that will this will be the output of this form. Otherwise, everything is simple here in HTML. There is something in JavaScript and your XML. Acha. One question may formulate like this, that describe some semantic elements in HTML5, maybe section, okay, article, header, footer, okay. They may mention the elements, or they may ask like that, describe few semantic elements, or describe 4 5 semantic elements. So for that, what you have to do, respective descriptions have been given here, and for each and every elements you should give a example like this. This is an example,
एग्जाम्पल।
this is an example, okay. So that is one kind of question from HTML5. Nothing from here. In our LMS, I didn't find this faculty's email ID anymore. I think those email IDs have been removed. AWT email ID I didn't find in my LMS, because I was trying to send him the lab codes, but unable to do that. Okay, next, you do not have anything here. See again, comment is like that.
हेलो।
One question from here, wildcard
हेलो।
selectors.
ओके,
Okay,
वाइल्ड कार्ड सेलेक्टर्स,
so
ओके।
these are wildcard selectors for CSS. Okay,
हम्म,
and what are the purpose of this wildcard selector that has been given here? It is used to select the that element whose attribute value contains, see, attribute star equal to str means that particular attribute which contains this str as a substring.
ओके। हम्म,
This can be given as a descriptive. This whole unit, this unit 4
दिस
means
होल यूनिट,
whatever in the
यूनिट 4।
PPT,
हम्म,
hardly a few lines.
हाँ,
This dollar is used there to represent that it will select all the attributes which have str as the end of its string. लास्ट में str होगा,
एंड, ओके,
end.
ओके।
Bootstrap, no need for your descriptive part.
हम्म,
Then you have cascading style sheet,
CS.
advantages of CSS. See, this is huh,
Levels of
levels
CSS.
of
Oh,
style sheet. Okay,
okay.
so how
Inline.
many ways we have discussed this thing, no,
हाँ,
in
ये
our
पर ये
AWT
याद है
classes.
मेरे को अच्छी
Hmm.
तरह. हाँ.
Inline, then
हाँ.
external, then document level.
एक एक एग्जाम्पल भी दे सकते हैं.
Sure. They have given the examples, and in our respective videos, we also have given
We have,
examples.
yes, we have discussed this. I remember very well.
So this is a very good chance of giving a descriptive question from here. What are the different types of CSS? Means how? What are the different ways of including a CSS
Uh,
in your
it's an
document?
HTML
HTML.
web page or a document. HTML document.
Then you have selectors,
Hmm.
selector forms. How a particular means selector is what in CSS? Say HTML elements are there, na?
Hmm.
In a HTML file, there are plenty of HTML elements,
Hmm.
and for some of
Style.
those HTML element, you have to implement a particular style.
Hmm.
So you have to select for which
Hmm.
element you are going to style.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
why the selector concept come
Is
over here,
included here. Okay.
there, right?
Hmm.
So here see P. P means
Hmm.
all the paragraph.
Paragraph. Hmm.
This style will be implemented on
Hmm.
all the paragraph tab of the respective document.
Hmm.
So this is your simple selector. So one question can be formulated from here also.
Hmm.
That is, what are the different selectors in CSS?
Hmm.
So you have to write simple selector. This is example. Case
Hmm.
selector. This is the example.
Hmm. Generic.
Generic selector. This is the
Hmm.
example.
Hmm.
ID selector is there.
Hmm.
Universal selector.
Universal selector.
Just a single one line
Hmm.
and one example. That's all.
Okay.
In most of the cases,
Okay.
you are going to give the first line.
हाँ.
Pseudo classes, no need. Properties and values, of which no need, no need. Font properties. इसके लिए इतना we actually don't require to remember these things at all, because we work in IDs, na?
हाँ.
In IDs, when you press the dot
Dot it
or
will
when you press the
immediately.
colon, so automatically everything appears.
Hmm.
Text decoration, no. I don't think any good descriptive question should be designed
From
from this
this unit.
part.
Hmm.
Okay, box model. This is an important concept,
Hmm.
but I feel I don't know. Maybe it will be a good question. Describe the box model
Hmm.
for HTML document. Okay,
Hmm.
box model is what? See here, if you run any website, maybe say anything, say Rediff. Okay, so right click, inspect. See here, this is the box model. Okay,
Hmm.
so this is a
हाँ,
good
ये मैंने
question.
देखा है.
Hmm. So they may ask, describe the box model for HTML document.
Okay.
Borders, example. This one. This one
Hmm.
is that. This one. Right. Box
Hmm.
model.
Yes.
But if they ask this question, then you have to select which lines you have to write, which lines you do not have to write. So you do not have to write all these things, the borders, everything. You do not have to write the whole thing. So you have to select the thing. It will be a good question if this question is selected, but
Mhm.
less chance.
Mhm.
Okay, here is your JavaScript
Okay.
window objects. What are the different window objects? Means in JavaScript, there are I think three window objects are there. So one object is basically showing you the alert message, na alert.
We have discussed many things on this.
So
Alert,
that is one window means the pop-up boxes.
pop-up, pop-up
So
boxes.
alert is one. Another is your prompt, which will take input from you, and another is your confirm, which will
So
ask
like
you something
button
like that confirmation
to
box.
submit.
Okay.
Mm.
So this is a very important question. This is going to
Okay.
be a very important question. What are the different window objects in JavaScript?
Mm. Okay.
Acha. Array methods in JavaScript.
Mm.
No, no descriptive from here.
Mm.
JavaScript 1, applications of JavaScript. What is JavaScript? What are the different applications? No.
Mm.
What are JavaScript objects? General syntax characteristics? No. No descriptive questions to me
Okay.
can be formulated. Means they can
Yeah,
formulate,
it is
but
not so important.
it is important, but the level of the question becomes hard
Okay.
if they are going to set this kind of questions. Say, what is a JavaScript object? Describe and give
Okay.
example. So you have to give the programs and you have to uh,
Explain.
explain the things. Okay, so that is a
Mm.
hard type of question, and that should not be given by them, I think.
Okay.
Okay, these are all. In many parts, the faculty is saying that same like C. That means he belongs to C and trying to compare everything with C. Here in every place, many place, the sentence ends like that. It is same like C. It's not like C. In that way. The characteristics of array object, array functions. See here, it will be a good question. Good question. If functions, if
Mm.
it is asked like that, okay, describe JavaScript functions or mm, explain JavaScript functions with an example.
Function
What are the variable
or
scopes? Maybe, but they are all set here. Okay, but the example is not been given. So not so important,
huh.
I would say. See, these are some lab programs,
Okay. Uh,
These are some lab programs. Some lab programs are there.
uh,
See, there are a good amount of lab programs.
यही देख के रखा है क्या जिप फाइल में?
कौन सा?
इस एक सेपरेट वो है ना, लाइक ब्लॉक है ना, एग्जाम्पल मींस प्रोग्राम करके एक यूनिट है ना रिकॉर्ड सेक्शन के
हाँ
बाद।
हाँ है, लेकिन उसमें कुछ भी नहीं है, हम दिखाते हैं आपको,
वो
दिखा
जिप
रहे हैं।
फाइल में था, यहाँ से मोबाइल से ओपन नहीं हो रहा था।
जिप फाइल में ये है, दिखाते हैं। ये देखिए, these are the contents of zip file। ओके।
हाँ, यही
इसमें क्या
ओपन
है?
हुआ मेरे को
इसमें
अभी।
ये है।
इसमें HTML का पेज है।
इसमें
कोडिंग
क्या है?
कहाँ है?
इसमें ये है। नहीं, कोडिंग तो है। ये सारे तो कोडिंग ही है। इसको आपको, यू हैव टू
हाँ,
ओपन दिस
ओपन
थिंग इन
विथ
नोटपैड,
नोटपैड,
लाइक दैट।
हाँ।
तो
बट ये क्या है, फोर्थ हेडिंग, थर्ड हेडिंग?
कौन सा?
ये फर्स्ट हेडिंग, सेकंड हेडिंग।
हाँ, ये मुझे पता नहीं है ये कहाँ से लेके है, मतलब these are all some demonstrative work, basic, very fundamentals, very very
वेरी
fundamental।
वेरी फंडामेंटल।
तो इसीलिए I had made some lab codes। In fact, all the lab codes have been here। So see here, you will find, uh, just a minute। अच्छा, पहले इसको जल्दी खत्म कर ले, डिस्क्रिप्टिव वाला, फिर एक लैब कोड का आपको दिखाते हैं क्या है। कॉन्स्ट्रक्टर्स, एलिमेंट्स ऑफ जावास्क्रिप्ट। I am expecting one or two programs from the lab code part। This one, DOM, document object model। See this element positioning, it is important।
इन बिटवीन मेरा नेट खो गया था।
No problem, recording is there।
थैंक यू।
So these are the three kinds of positioning। Just you
पोजीशनिंग,
have to
ओके।
mention these highlighted
हाँ,
lines,
हाँ,
maybe one or first two point and this example। Okay,
ओके।
absolute, don't include this thing। You do not have to include this thing, example output no। relative positioning। अच्छा, एग्जाम्पल इस आउटपुट में क्या एग्जाम्पल है? So see here some watermarks they have been given. Na?
Mm-hmm.
That can be done by this thing. Okay.
Okay.
But you do not have to write this whole codes and this
Codes.
example. Just you have to
Okay.
mention this example. No problem.
Okay. Okay.
Then relative positioning and this example.
Okay.
Maybe you can include the output too. And the static positioning, there is no example here. Static
Mm.
positioning, it you have to write like that.
Mm.
Static positioning के example, position static. So you can take example of this one. Position, you have to give static here. You have to
Static.
write static here. Okay. See here, position absolute, right?
Absolute. Mm.
Here you can see position relative. Position
Mm.
relative. Okay. The
Mm.
same thing, you can copy this
Attribute.
thing too. You
Mm.
copy this line. Okay, you copy this
Only
line
attribute.
and just
Mm.
write position static. That's all.
Okay.
They have not
Mm.
mentioned the example of static.
Okay. Just the value change करना है ना?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can write these
Mm.
2 points. Okay.
Mm.
So if the position is absolute and relative, then what you can do?
Mm.
Just these 2 points, not more than. Okay. Mm, nothing is there. No locating mouse. Here, example. Refer to textbook.
Mm. कहाँ है टेक्स्ट?
Dragging, dropping element. Example again. It's a good example.
बहुत बड़ा एग्जांपल दिया है.
Hmm, अच्छा ये PHP शुरू हो गया इन लोगों के.
ओके. सेवन पिको पाई.
From array in PHP, there could be a question. Means what are the different types of arrays possible in PHP? In PHP,
ओके.
you have array, something called normal array, and
की
other is
वैल्यू
your
पे.
associative array. Okay,
हाँ. हाँ.
but for that you have to read everything from here. They have
ओके.
not
पूरा
been
अरे चैप्टर.
arranged the array part in that way. Means I didn't find till now. Okay, this one, these are the three sorting functions. See here, a sort.
हाँ.
So what are the different sorting functions that can be applied on array objects in PHP?
ओके.
That can be asked. So a sort, see here, k sort, and AR sort with an example. So what are the things you have to write? You just have to write this much. Nothing. This much, and this is the result of this execution. Okay, a sort,
ओके.
then this is your k sort, this is your k sort, and this is your AR sort. AR sort. You know what is associative array? It's just like
हाँ. की वैल्यू.
dictionary.
हम्म.
It's just like dictionary in Python.
हाँ वही है ना की वैल्यू पे.
हाँ, की वैल्यू पे.
हम्म.
तो ए सॉर्ट वो वैल्यू के ऊपर सॉर्ट करेगा, मींस दिस
हम्म.
49 17. के
हम्म.
सॉर्ट के ऊपर सॉर्ट सॉर्ट करेगा,
हम्म.
दिस
ये के
बॉक्स
ऊपर.
ब्रैकेट.
हम्म.
हाँ, ए आर सॉर्ट will sort in both.
ओके.
Then server side programming, origins of using PHP. No, nothing is important for descriptive. Again array, PHP array, the same content is repeated here. Functions, pattern matching is the complicated thing, so no descriptive from here. Form handling, files, as usual. An important question, maybe
Okay.
one questions from file must. Okay.
Okay.
What is the question? What are the different file
File
modes?
operation. File
This
modes.
one.
Okay. Read, write.
Read write. That is the most probable question from PHP. Then cookies. What is cookie? What is a cookie in PHP? Again, it's a good question. Maybe you are going to get what is a cookie, either cookie or
Ah,
session.
okay. याद है मुझे.
And they have a good example or
Hmm.
content, at
Hmm.
least content. Okay.
Hmm.
You know cookie, na?
याद है
Is
मुझे.
a small piece of information that has been
Information which
kept.
resides in our computer.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Session.
हाँ वो सेशन ट्रैकिंग सेशन एंड
Tracking
सेशन ओपन
session.
एंड सेशन क्लोज. Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And
Hmm.
descriptive, either cookie or session.
Session. Okay.
I think cookie is more preferable.
Okay.
Session is in complicated side, harder side.
Okay.
They are not going to design descriptive on
Hmm.
harder side. Okay. Implementation of this one. Selecting database, adding table. I don't feel this any descriptive questions will be set from here because these are all hard coded things.
हार्ड कोडेड. हाँ वो लिंकिंग है ना डेटाबेस से.
Hmm. Stored procedure and prepare statement, no need. These are for Javas, PHP and MySQL. क्या heading दिए है वो database access with PHP MySQL, lab exercise. He was supposed to send these lab exercises,
ओके.
but
हाँ.
he sent something else. Now XML. XML is a good thing.
हम्म.
They wrote many thing about XML here.
हम्म.
This one. What is Excel XSLT? Okay.
हम्म.
XSLT, XSL basically the CSS for XML.
हाँ.
Okay, just like CSS display the HTML content, in the
हम्म.
same way XSL display the XML content in a nice manner.
ओके.
I will mark it and then send it to you. So
ओके.
many things have written over here.
ओके.
Not all are required, but they didn't give any example. These are the small examples.
ओके.
This is an important thing. This match basically it is defining the path to
हम्म.
identify the XML schema.
ओके.
Web services. Okay. You can get a question from here. What is a web service?
Mm.
What is a web service?
Mm.
What are the different roles of web service?
Mm.
What is protocol stack? And operations on web service architecture. Everything is set here.
Okay.
One descriptive हो सकता है इधर से वेब
Okay.
सर्विस, क्योंकि ये
Okay.
पीपीटी में इतने दे के रखा है.
हाँ.
XML processors, no need. Introduction to XML फिर से no, it's a repeated
ये
thing.
पहले आना चाहिए
HTML
था
and
ना.
XML.
ये पहले आना चाहिए था ना.
हाँ, this one from XML. What is the XML document structure?
Okay.
And describe what is C data and PC data.
PC data.
But they had not given any example for C data and PC data. I will insert two here and will send it to you.
Okay. Okay.
Then what is DTD? Document type definition. DTD.
HTML5 से लिखते हैं ना हमें.
हाँ, document type definition. Okay.
Mm.
From XML, these are the two things that they may consider. So many things in DTD. I will point it.
Okay.
I was just pointing these PPTs today morning.
Okay.
XML namespace, no need for description, descriptive XML schema. It is same as DTD. It was discussed in DTDs. XML supports some types, data types.
हाँ.
Ajax. No such descriptive questions from Ajax. Rather, they will give a small program on Ajax. अरे बाप रे. Maybe a question from here. Is a simple
Okay.
structure of what is Ajax.
Okay.
You know what is Ajax.
हाँ, पता है.
Ajax incorporates this point. Web standard using Ajax, no need. Ajax for better internet application. Advantages of Ajax. Main purpose of Ajax is that is to communicate with the server without reloading your page.
हाँ.
You do not have to refresh your page or you do not have to reload your page after
ये
communicating with the server. because whenever
Yes.
you are sending some data to the server
Hmm.
gives you some response.
Response back.
In the
Hmm.
meantime, your page is
Hmm.
reloaded.
Yes.
Okay. So if you have some forms with
Hmm.
half filled data, means the forms have been filled with a few data. So if the page reloads, then everything will be reset. So that thing will not be take place. And many more things. Suppose this type of scrolling. Okay.
Ah.
So in case of say Facebook or Instagram, so you keep rolling the thing, and your content is already continuously displaying. Na? So that can be formulated in such a way that whenever you scrolling the thing, after a time, Ajax has been called in behind, and it is fetching the data from the server in order to supply you continuously the data.
Continuous data. Okay.
Ajax application prerequisite. No. See here, they have given some programs like that. Okay, city suggest, and this is one thing that they may ask you to write a program. Okay, city suggest. So they will give you a program like that. Suppose you write a Ajax code which will suggest the cities. So
वही
just
ना
go through
ड्रॉप
this
डाउन
thing
लिस्ट
and try
बनाता है
to
ना.
remember this one. The city suggest क्या program है, city apps क्या program है. Okay. So you have to go through this and you have to keep the things in remember. Name suggest just like that. Name suggest to upper. Anyway, so this was suggest Ajax effects in jQuery. They have done Ajax with JavaScript, but Ajax can be done very easily
जैसे
with jQuery.
jQuery.
I personally prefer writing Ajax in jQuery. It is very easy and convenient. jQuery. You have some kind of thing called selectors in jQuery.
Okay.
See if they have given selector topic here. Loading using jQuery. No, no. Factory function. Yeah, this one. jQuery selector. It is important. jQuery selector. jQuery selectors. Right. jQuery selectors is something like that. That dollar this p. That means it will signify some action on the p tag. Maybe you can write dot click. So whenever you click on this p tag, any p tag in your document,
Certain action
so
will
the
be taken
function will
place.
be executed. Basic jQuery structure is very simple. Just a minute, because why I am showing this, because you can get it in MCQ. Say dollar, okay. Inside
Mm.
that you have to give the say p. So this will select the paragraph tag in your HTML. Okay.
Yeah.
Then dot click click. Okay. This is the structure. That means you can specify anything here which will be activated. Okay. When you click on this
Mm.
p tag. Now what you can do? You have to define some function. Na? So for that
हाँ.
purpose, you can write something like that function bracket this one, right? Now give an enter
हाँ.
here.
Mm.
So here you have to write the respective function put here. So this is the syntax. If you look for the very first time, it will look like complicated things. Suppose you have a HTML element which ID is say text1. So for ID you have to write hash txt1. Txt1 is the ID of that respective element,
Mm.
and you want to do something. Say you want to uh, mm, give an alert message, maybe. Okay. So dot click, you have to show a
Give
alert message
information.
whenever user click on this txt button or
Element.
paragraph or
ID element.
any element. So what you have to do, you have to write like that. After that, inside this parenthesis, you have to write function and give function parenthesis, then braces. Inside the braces, see, this is the function brace, right?
Yes.
Alert and the message. So simple. So this is called a selector. This is called a selector. This is ID
Mm.
selector. This is an
Mm.
element selector. In the same way, you can select you for your CSS class. See here, this table selectors and description. This means it will
Okay.
select any, means the JavaScript action will be take place on
Multiple.
any element.
Any object. Mm.
This is any object, any element under p tag. Okay,
Huh.
means whatever the element is under paragraph tag, if you want to select that kind of a tag, then it will be like that. So as an example for this, say p, inside that p, suppose you have ul, so it will be on ul, like that. Got it?
Yeah.
This kind of example can be given beside it. If they are they will ask like that, describe the different jQuery selectors. Okay, see here, it means the click event on the paragraph tag.
Okay.
There is a separate way of writing the thing, the same thing. Just writing here, say dollar p dot on, inside that click, comma, function. This is the way. Here you have to write port. Same thing. This one and this one is same thing. jQuery effects, jQuery animations. So using jQuery, you can give nice animations. Okay. WSDL specification REST. Okay. We can consider a question from here. REST architecture. Introduction, but elements of REST. This is important.
Mm.
Principles of REST and an example, but they did not give any example of REST. Okay, this one. This one is an example. REST. Consuming web service using Ajax. No need. Again, web services, we have completed this thing. SOAP. Okay, SOAP is also there.
Mm.
So either soap or rest.
Okay.
If they have to give, they will give either soap or rest.
Okay.
Probably rest is preferable over soap.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, soap is almost obsolete. Nobody uses soap. Then you have some search engine concepts, crawling, indexing, ranking. Nothing, nothing. That's all. Okay, no, ACO, right? Search engine optimization. I remember the faculty discussed a few times about ACO.
Uh,
So maybe he prefer this topic for a descriptive question. So here, what is ACO? What is the working process of ACO? And what are the types of ACO? That's all.
okay.
ACO. Definitely you are going to get ACO, question from ACO.
Okay.
And that's all. This is unit 15 end.
Okay. We have completed almost all the PPTs.
Hmm. And content management system, CMS, no need of this thing. That's all. Okay. I hope you will get everything in your PPT. So don't worry.
Uh, okay.
Just you have some this lab codes will be there. So just like this, see here, dynamic progress bar, display video file using HTML video tag. So it was 3A. What was the number? 3A, 3B. 3A.
3A.
Where is my 3B? This is your dynamic progress bar.
Uh-huh.
But in their PPT, the dynamic progress bar, see, it is the program. No, it is not the program. I think,
Different. Huh?
oh, no, in PPT, there was also a program. But that program is not actually the dynamic progress bar program, because if you run that program, you will see only a progress bar image, but it is not just like I did it here. Okay. It is just like dynamically it is progressing. It was
Mm.
not working in that way.
Okay.
And there was a
13B तक है.
13B. No, not this one. This is your animation, increase, decrease animation.
Okay.
Okay. 3B was there, but कहाँ पे गया 3B? वो वीडियो वाला वीडियो किए थे. Okay. 3A is there, but there is no 3B. I don't know where I saved that file. These videos can be run by using simple HTML5 video tag. Next, 4 is there. Now, what is 4? Inside 4, develop an HTML document that creates a responsive table. Responsive table in 4. So, this is a responsive table. Now, why this is responsive? Because if you see, this is the nature of responsive table. Okay,
हाँ, वो
so table,
किसी भी डिवाइस में एडजस्ट होता है ना
yeah, will get itself adjusted as per the device is
डिस्प्ले
selected. Next, you have the five, the JavaScript designed simple calculator. Mm, I made it a complicated one, but this is the calculator. Maybe plus invalid input because I give this one. If you give this one, so it will give the result. You do not have to write the program in that format. A
ओके
simple structure is enough. But these things. Next, you have this six. What is this? String output.
स्ट्रिंग आउटपुट
These are very simple things. See the position and the palindromes, reverse order, simple things. No. PHP program to display the digital clock. Right. What was the number?
7
8.
8
See, this is the digital clock. Okay. It will not run because I have to start the XAMPP because it
वो
is a
लोकल
PHP file.
टाइम स्टेप लेकर शायद है ना
Mhm. Mm, why it is not running? Because I have to go to somewhere else. I have to go to PHP my docs. Inside that PHP my docs, I have this 8. Okay. So since it is a PHP file, I have to run it using localhost.
हाँ
It's Ajax. Here you have this
8
8.html. See, this is the
आ गया
time. Okay. But in their PPT, they have write a program which will just display a single time. But that is not a clock. If you are mentioning that you have to write a digital clock, then the clock should look like this. Na?
हाँ R minutes in second
Time is automatically incremented. I use Ajax for that purpose. Okay, next you have this lab exercise 9A and 9B. What is their cookie and session? So cookies and session are very simple. Set cookie and
start session ना Interesting.
start session. I will send this code to you. No problem.
हम्म,
Next, you have this one is entered using into table. Yeah, right. This is your card version. Card version. Okay, card or
create
card.
update delete हाँ
So that is 10.
हम्म,
That is your 10 10. This one 10. Let's run it. Not HTML. It is PHP.
local host
See this one. So if you put name here, say any
हम्म,
name, enter age, submit. If you
start
submit it, then you will find your name here. Okay.
हम्म,
Without refreshing the page. See here, the page will not get refreshed because I have
Ajax
used Ajax here. The Ajax is taking the data from here and it is sending
display
to a background PHP file. That PHP file will save the data
हम्म,
inside the respective database table.
and
And
display it
another
on
Ajax
the person
there,
list
there are two Ajax. Another Ajax is there which will fetch the data
हम्म,
and put it here inside. Okay.
हम्म,
So this was your exercise 10. Then you have 12. So here also you have some CRUD
already
operation.
inserting code operation.
Insert the same thing. Then you have some animations using jQuery. Fade in, fade out, animate element, changing height and width. This is your 13. Okay, 13A, 13B. That 13A and 13B.
Mhm. Increase decrease
13A
was
and
there.
13B. See this one.
Uh,
The
mm,
fade out. Look,
mm,
fade out, fade in,
mm,
fade out, fade in. Okay. This has been done by jQuery.
mm.
You can just right click, open it with Visual Studio. Ah, just see here. This is the format of jQuery. Okay.
Mm.
Now you can understand, na?
Yeah,
Dollar. This is
this
B2.
ID
B2.
selector.
B2 is
Mm,
the, yeah, right. B2 is this ID. This
mm,
buttons ID. Okay.
mm.
So if I press
Click
click
function. Mm,
on B2,
mm.
this function is going to execute. What I have written inside it. Say
That
again, I am
div tag to
selecting
be
div.
fade out. Mm,
All div. All div present here. That will be fade out.
should fade out. Mm,
Should fade out. Okay. All div.
mm.
Okay. Now if I selectively want to fade out only div 2,
Then only
so
that
you can
selection, that div
comment
tag will.
this one. So
Mm,
give. See, this is the class name. Okay, class
mm.
selector. I have used class selector. The
Class
class
selector.
name CSS class
Div
name.
to.
See,
Mm,
CSS class name. Okay.
mm.
So if you save it and refresh it, so you will find when I press fade out, only the div
Particular
2 has been fade out, fade in, fade
fade
out.
out.
So this is called animation, a simple task which is
Okay.
given by it. Okay.
Mm,
So and that's all. So these are all the lab exercises.
mm.
यही कर रहा था उस दिन, अब तो कुछ देखने का तो था नहीं, रात को टाइम मिले तो थोड़ा थोड़ा बहुत ये सब कर दिए थे बस. अब मुझे एक इसमें एक डाउट है, प्रॉब्लम है.
क्या है?
प्रॉब्लम ये है कि इफ दे गिव दिस क्वेश्चंस, then should I write in this way or should I follow their way?
उनका ही पुराना मेथड ये वही से
अगर
आपको
हम
मार्क्स
ये
मिलने
यूज
वाला है,
करें और ये
नहीं तो
अगर
नहीं
समझ में
मिलेगा,
नहीं आए, तब तो दिक्कत
काट
में हो
देंगे,
जाएंगे.
काट के रख देंगे।
That is a problem. Why I am
बट
not
उस
finding
दिन
that?
हाँ, बट उस दिन
Just a minute.
क्लैरिफिकेशन तो दिए थे ना सर
हाँ,
ने?
कौन सा?
उस दिन क्लास में आपने क्लैरिफिकेशन लिए थे ना, बोले थे कि बोथ द मेथड विल बी एक्सेप्टेड।
अरे क्या याद रहेगा थोड़ी. हम इसीलिए मैंने आई वाज ट्राइंग टू कम्युनिकेट विथ हिम. आई वाज ट्राइंग टू फाइंड हिज क्या बोले वो ईमेल आईडी. ओके.
Hmm.
But unfortunately that AWT email ID is not, they have deleted that email ID from the LMS, you know.
Oh, I have not seen the LMS, visited the LMS only from so many.
No, today only I no, not today. Yesterday I tried to find out his email ID, but I did not find anything. That ID has been removed from there.
Oh,
So that is a confusion to me. I am still not sure whether to give this thing or not. Lab exercise. Hey, see here, dynamic progressive bar. See the nice, see, this is the dynamic progressive bar. Good.
mm,
Okay, this is my expression. See, this is dynamic progressive bar.
mm.
Can you imagine what will happen if you run this code? Okay, let me show you just. Why I am showing it?
ये पूरा
Because
कंटेंट है ना, कहाँ पे एलिमेंट कुछ भी नहीं है ना, एलिमेंट डिटेल्स ही नहीं है, पूरा टैग ओपन एंड क्लोज है क्या, आई गेस।
अब देखो इसको थोड़ा, अब इसके बाद यू डिसाइड कि आपको लिखना है कि नहीं लिखना है. This is their content and this
क्या
is the
आउटपुट
file.
होने वाला है इसमें? बॉडी में भी कंटेंट नहीं है, हेड में। ओहो, ये प्रोग्रेसिव बार, ओके।
This is progress bar. Okay. Now, in place of this, if I run this one,
64%, 60, हाँ 100% तक वो प्रोग्रेसिव दिखाने वाला।
ये प्रोग्रेस दिखा रहे हैं ना. दिस इज
हम्म।
प्रोग्रेसिव, progress bar, dynamically progress bar. Now, I don't know what to give.
इसके जैसा ही हो जाएगा, वो कमेंट के जैसा ही हो जाएगा।
So it's up to you now. You can select anyone. Okay. So that's all.
हाँ।
Just let me stop it.